Jefferson County Court at Law is back in session. Two cases. First case is cause number 330252. Second case is cause number 330254. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Jalen Rashad Davis. Mr. Davis, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Davis, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Davis?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Davis, I have before me in clause number 330254 an information that has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that on or about June 1st of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of failure to identify a fugitive from justice. Mr. Davis, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Davis, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. On page 2 of this document, Mr. Davis, there's a set of initials JD that are on the line next to a box that says guilty. Mr. Davis, your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Davis, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, I also have another document before me that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Mr. Davis, at the bottom of this document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Davis, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
And at the top of this same document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Davis, did you sign a document out there on paper that is titled Discovery Certification?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Davis, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I have just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Mr. Matuska, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, I will, now, Mr. Davis, let me ask you this question. Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer States 1?
Yes, Judge. State offer States 1.
Any objections, Mr. Matuska?
No, sir, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Matuska, you advised and counsel Mr. Davis. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No evidence, Your Honor.
And Mr. Davis, your attorney, Mr. Matuska, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers are freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea in this case, the state's recommending confinement in the Jefferson County Jail for a period of 20 days. And we're asking that the judge give the defendant credit for 20 days that he's previously spent in jail, essentially making this a time-served agreement. Furthermore, the agreement encompasses the dismissal of the companion case appearing in cause number 330252, an unlawful carrying of a weapon case. And also the defendant, as part of that agreement, is agreeing to forfeit the weapon in that case.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Davis, the state is offering that you serve 20 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail in this case because you'll be given credit for 20 days. Therefore, you will be time served on this case. In essence, you'll be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case, Mr. Davis, is $327, but you will not have to pay the $327 because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired.
Yes, sir.
And in this, the state will also be dismissing cause number 330252. And in that case, Mr. Davis, that case is a unlawfully carrying a weapon charge. And Mr. Davis, in that case, did you sign a document that is titled motion to forfeit?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Davis, did you read everything in that document?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand, and did your attorney go over that document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Davis, the court is going to grant the motion to forfeit the weapon in cause number 330252. And the weapon will be forfeited to the Beaumont Police Department. And so, Mr. Davis, in this case, cause number 330254, the state is offering 20 days Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for 20 days served. In that case, the court costs in this case will also be taxed and retired because you've already served 20 days in Jefferson County Jail. And the court and the state will be dismissing cause number 330252 for the forfeiture of weapon, in that case to the Beaumont Police Department. Now, Mr. Davis, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Davis, this will conclude your cases. And if there's nothing else holding you in jail, you should be getting out of jail today. Mr. Davis, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. You too.